Please welcome to the stage Dr. Bobby Azarian, neuroscientist and author of The Romance of Reality.
So in this talk, I want to convince you that the story of the universe, the story of cosmic evolution, and our story, the story of humanity, is one and the same. And that human progress represents a chapter in the story of cosmic self-organization, which is the process through which the universe becomes increasingly complex and increasingly organized. So in this model of reality, life is not an accident, life is not cosmically insignificant, life is actually central to the cosmic machinery. I think the best way to explain this story is to refer to an actual story, a science fiction story, written by Isaac Asimov in 1956, so over a half century ago. But this story is more relevant today than ever. In this story, humans have created artificial intelligence and have built a supercomputer that basically solves all of life's problems and gives humanity abundance. But the characters in this story wonder, for how long? So the last question is really the ultimate question. It's the question of how long life and consciousness can persist in the universe. And so, according to science, at least the status quo position of science, the reductionist paradigm, things don't look too good for life in the long run. And that the universe is approaching a state known as heat death, where all of the useful energy has been exhausted such that life can no longer persist. And it's even worse than that, because typically the reductionist paradigm assumes that we're just a blip in the cosmic story. But this narrative is being challenged by a revolution catalyzed by complexity science and the concept of emergence. So you see this really different narrative, this new story of cosmic evolution, as a series of phase transitions which create this nested control architecture such that the universe produces matter, then from matter emerges life, then from life emerges mind or consciousness, and then conscious agents come together to form societies, and societies produce culture, including one of the most important products of culture, technology. And even though this story is only going on in our corner of the universe, as far as we know, it's a very special series of events because it produces this thing called knowledge. And knowledge allows life to resist entropic decay such that knowledge becomes a cosmic organizing force. So, what does this new narrative say about our future? This is a diagram created by Ray Kurzweil, and you see what corresponds to the same 4 stages that we saw in the last diagram, but you have these additional 2 stages, Epoch 5 and Epoch 6. Epoch 5, according to Kurzweil, starts with a singularity event where life is merged with technology, and this begins the cosmic expansion phase. And this leads to Epoch 6, a point known as the omega point, where the universe wakes up because life has spread throughout the cosmos and saturated with intelligence the same way it's transformed the surface of the planet Earth. And so the universe itself, at this point, becomes a coherent computational entity. So, what does this story say about us? How does it change how we view our own existence? Well, it basically says we're the stewards of cosmic self-organization Because as the only self-aware species, we represent life's only chance of continuing consciousness beyond the death of our star, which will occur in about 5 billion years. So this gives us a timeline, something like a thermodynamic game clock, and we recognize that we have something of a cosmic responsibility to assist the universe in this grand and majestic process of cosmic awakening. And so, with this new story, we get a different understanding of this event known as the singularity. It's not a point where AI becomes so intelligent that it makes humans obsolete and phases us out. That's the wrong narrative. It's more of a social singularity where humans come together and form an integrated computational system where human conflict has been minimized and cooperation has been maximized. So this concept is known as the noosphere, and in this picture, basically humans are creating this planetary scale cognitive layer that sits on top of the biosphere, such that the singularity is about humans becoming integrated with technology, but also becoming integrated with the biosphere as a whole. So this may sound like an overly idealistic, utopian-ish picture, but there's a catch. So one quality of these major transitions is that there's always a period of chaos before the transition, because chaos provides a rigid system with the flexibility needed to transition into a higher state of order. So the interconnected set of existential crises we face that threaten civilizational collapse, called the meta-crisis, is something very real, but we shouldn't be discouraged by this, because it represents nature posing problems that push us toward a global solution. So, this story necessitates what I call Project Omega. And Project Omega has the mission of continuing life and consciousness in the universe for the foreseeable future. So this project is basically what we're doing here at XPANSE. And we need to talk to each other because we need to figure out how all of the technologies fit together such that it allows life to continue to expand and progress. So, the ultimate goal is expansion, but to expand, we must first come together, because the only way we get to the future is together. Thank you.